All right, we're starting off the week with I'm gonna start showing you how I actually trade during the week, how I choose what pairs to trade, things like that. It looks like the week just started. So this is what I do, and this is how I choose what direction or to trade in. And I go to my Oanda technical analysis, and let me just start it from scratch here. So you go to your Oanda app, which is called something trade. Let me check it out. FX trade. And I go to my more down here, more, click on it and go to technical analysis. And this is the one I chose, AJ. But let me take you back here, show you the different things. So this is a set of favorites. I'm not a professional. I'm not here to show you how to find them and what to look at. I'm not here to teach you a new way to build a wheel. If it works, it works. And on my side of things, Oanda wants us to prosper. They want us to make money because they make money off of us making money. So they provide all these tools for us. So this is, if you just want to trade off of this or verify, this is what you should use. It gives you starts, stops, how far low, the probability. So it's pretty nice. But what I do in my manual trading, since I kind of scalp, I'm a scalper, I go to the second tab, and I had already chosen AJ, but what I do is I go to my settings, and I go through these. I find the most common ones, and today I went through these top 3 and I found AJ, and I go one at a time, and I go save. And obviously, the more of these verifications, the more likely that something's gonna happen. Another thing, you see this little arrow right here on the side, it tells you the direction that that they think it's gonna go. So these are professionals, guys, doing all the work for you. The more that you have in one direction, the more likely it's gonna happen, because these are all different kinds of verifications. This one's is an ABCD fib pattern, another ABCD fib pattern on the 30. This one's a simple falling wedge pattern that's emerging, so it hasn't been completed yet. And this is a descending triangle that's emerging on the 1440, what is that, 4 hour 1 day chart. So the more of these you have in one direction, the better. So on the 60 it's going up, but you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saying that it's gonna go down. So that's 5-1. It looked like there was one more page. Oh, there it is. And another one going down. So 6-1 going down. So let's say this is the one I chose because it has a really good probability. This was done 3 days ago. And it has been following it 2 days ago. Oh, obviously that's last week. All right. So it looks like it has been going down. It's been doing what it's supposed to do. On this 1 hour chart, it looks like it's a rising wedge emerging. I'm just going to ignore that one because all the other ones show it going down. They base this off of the RSI indicator. I was using RSI for a while, and I switched over to the ADX. They both do the same thing. I think they check. This one checks the trend direction, and the ADX checks the strength of the trend direction. Okay, so I switched over to the strength of the trend, and so it all looks good. So I'm gonna start using the AJ. Hopefully for the next couple of days, I'm just gonna keep tabs on it, and I'm gonna short it. Okay. So now what I do is, now that I have which one I'm gonna use, AJ, I go to my other MetaTrader 4 app. Go to my AJ right here. Boom, chart. So MACD, I haven't looked at MACD for a while. The little tiny stochastic one, I'm gonna delete that one because I'm done with it. So here we go. To check the strength of the trend, use the ADX right here, ADX. But this one is based off of the daily, so I'm gonna change mine to daily. And it looks like it's still showing a strong trend direction. The higher it is, the stronger the trend. So when it goes down, sometimes it indicates a change in trend. I'm gonna scroll down, and yes, It shows an up down formation going flat. This one right here kind of worries me a little bit because this down up little candlestick pattern shows a potential change in direction. So it looks like it might go sideways and up, but it's 7-1 or 6-1 on the other thing. Now I'm gonna go down to the so I only use the daily to check if it's still a good trend. It used to be a strong trend, and you see the little blue line, a strong buy or long trend, and now it's switching over to a sell. It looks like it might switch over to a sell before it goes back up. So now I'm gonna go to my monthly and check that out. We have a nice strong rejection line that it hit right there. 1 2 3 1 2 3. So that's another verification for me that it's probably gonna go down. And usually what happens is, let me check, and yes, minimum is gonna go down to this midline right here. I already have a yellow, that's not me, is it? Yeah, that's a yellow line that I need to delete. Now I'm gonna go down to my 1 hour, and it's hitting the it's hitting the bottom. Okay, this doesn't mean you automatically just open a trade for sell. I usually wait for my retracement to act up. So if it's gonna go down, I'll wait till it retraces to the midline, and that's when I short it. Okay, I don't short it up here. I'm not gonna short it right now, because I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I follow the trend, I make safe money, and I move forward because I have high risk lots. So a little bit of movement is enough for me to make $100, $200, $1,000 at one time. You understand? I mean, I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. So what I do now that I verified that it shows potential going down, this still worries me a little bit, but because of the length of these candlestick patterns, it might negate it. You usually don't want such a long candlestick pattern. That shows that it might be the possibility that it was just a movement based on the economic calendar. So I'm gonna go to my 5 chart, M5, which is where I usually trade, and once it hits a good running start, that's when I'm gonna start. For example, right here, I would have, if I'm shorting it and it's still going, I would have hit it right there. Once it starts going flat like this, you want to cut out and stop trading. A lot of people like to buy in and let it ride it up, but I mean, the more risk you take, the worse you end up at. So if you already have a trend and a direction, just only trade in that trend. I've lost a lot of money that way. So that's my part 1. So part 1 is I find out the pair that I'm going to trade, and I make sure that on the daily that it's going to be that it's already trending. Okay, this white line, how high or low it is, doesn't really matter. Okay, as long as it's above the 25 mark, that means it's already trending. Okay, as long as it's up there. Let me scroll back. If I would have seen it down here under the 25 mark, I would have tried to find another pair. Okay, only trade when you have a trending range which is above 25. And that's part 1, guys. Sorry it took so long to explain.